Hello everyone, I'm back again with some ATCs that I'm doing for a trade on ATCs for All. I really like ATCs for All because most of the trades are usually 3 for 3 and you're encouraged to do different cards for the same series. So I'll put ATCs for All information down in the description box. So this swap was full moon rising. We could do any moon that we wanted to do, anything with the moon, anything about the moon, the phases of the moon, superstitions about the moon, anything. So I chose to do quotes about the moon and illustrate the quotes. So here are my cards. I did 3 plus 1 for a host. Okay, so here we have some ladies dancing. It's a vintage image of ladies dancing by the ocean, and the quote is, "Hand in hand on the edge of the sand, they danced by the light of the moon." And then on the back, I finished it. I stamped a moon and put, the moon, they danced by the light of the moon." And that's a quote from the Owl and the Pussycat by Edward Lear. And what I've done is, it was a sepia tone photograph, and I went in with colored pencils and put some color tint into the ocean and onto the sand and edged it with vintage photo and walnut stain and printed out the words on my printer and just cut them out and ink them. And then you won't be able to see it on the camera, but when you move it and flash it in the light, they shimmer. I went and painted some acrylic pearlizing medium, just brushed it onto certain highlighted areas and on some of the waves, so that when you tilt it you can see the reflection of the moon, because they're supposed to be dancing by the light of the moon. Each card was supposed to have the moon somewhere, and well, my moon's on the back, so I hope that counts. So that's the first one. The second one is my interpretation of the French song Au clair de la lune. And so I have this harlequin pattern in bright colors, edged with black soot. I stamped the moon. I forget whose stamp this is. It was like a 99-cent stamp from Online Joann's, I think. But I stamped him onto Die Cuts with a View, no, Paper Studio pearlized paper. So he has a shimmer. I stamped him in archival ink, so it would adhere to that shimmery paper. I didn't know if regular ink would stick or not. And this was a stamp that I used. And I stamped some stars in there. And again, printed this out on my computer. Cut out the words and inked them with broken china. And then when you turn it over, there's another one. And inside, it's a pocket, and inside are the lyrics to Clair de la Lune in French, and then there's another harlequin here, and on the back are the English lyrics, and where I got the lyrics from, and then my information. And I've inked all of this with orange marmalade. And that's my interpretation of Clair de la Lune. And if you're not familiar with the song, it's about Harlequin and Pierrot. So that's why I did the Harlequin design. Number 3. This is a photograph, and you might see the shine. This was a photograph that I took in Mexico some years ago. In Mexico, you'll see a lot of homes on their surrounding walls of the homes. On top, they will embed broken bottles into the cement as a theft deterrent. So I took watercolor paper and created with my watercolors this very, very dark background, and then cut out this photograph so that it was just the top of the broken glass and the cement wall. And the quote is, "Don't tell me the moon is shining, show me the glint of light on broken glass," by Anton Chekhov. who's a Russian playwright, and I'm a theater student, so I had to put some theater in there. And so I've taken diamond dust and some Studio G white glitter and have put onto some of the cut edges of the glass. And you might be able to pick up that shimmer. I think that shimmer is there. Okay, so that's the third card for the swap. And this is the one that I did for the hostess card. Watercolor paper. Took my watercolors and created a sunset effect. Took a vintage image, and I believe this is Graphics Fairy. I'll put Graphics Fairy down in the description as well. So I printed this off twice so that I could double the layers so you could get a little bit of dimension there. I took my colored pencils and put a little bit of turquoise blue into her lace here. A little bit of color in the lips, a little bit on her cheek, and then took glossy accents and gave her a couple of tears. And then this is a rhinestone crescent heart. And so the quote is, "Pity me not let me start that over. Pity me not the waning of the moon, or that the ebbing tide goes out to sea, or that a man's desire is hushed so soon, and you no longer look with love on me." And that's Edna St. Vincent Millay. So there is that for the hostess. I really enjoy doing these. I've decided that I prefer making ATCs that are all different and that I can interpret the theme in any way I wish. So that's it. I'll be back again soon with another project. Thanks so much for watching. Please leave a comment, and if you like my stuff, well, please subscribe. Everybody have a great day. Bye.